Raphael Leduc.
Don't mess with Tess.
Roll that damn intro.
That's it. Build that shit up. Now take it down. Are you ready?
Alright, what's going on, guys? Yes, once again, we are back this time for my WWE, for our WWE NXT Takeover New Orleans review. Tried actually doing a live review, testing out the new YouTube live, but apparently people couldn't hear us and calling us marks because they couldn't hear us. Well, I don't know what happened. I was trying to mess around with the volume, but it wasn't really going according to plan. As always, doesn't always happen to me. It happens to most of us anyway.
Blame the David.
This time you can. So, we're back doing this regularly, old school, the old-fashioned way, if you will.
The old-fashioned way, because sometimes the old-fashioned way is the way to get the job done.
Yeah. So, once again, take two. We're back, and we're going to get things right down into it this time. We're just going to get right into the matches. I would assume that, and I think that would be the better way to go.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about the matches, and you know what? We're going to end this quick.
So, kind of a brief review, if you will. So, getting right down into it, where we have the first match for the North American Championship, the ladder match, and, you know, I'll stick things off too. Like, this is probably definitely one of my favorite matches of the night, and I really enjoyed it. A lot of insane spots and everything. And in the end, who did we have winning? It was, of course, Adam Cole for the very first time. Adam Cole, baby. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Adam Cole winning and the rest of the match?
Well, the rest of the match, definitely a lot of great spots from a lot of great people. I mean, Killian Dane and his suicide dive to the outside, the Velveteen Dream, and his Purple Rain from the top of the ladder, pulling an old school Shawn Michaels. Ricochet, I mean, EC3. EC3 didn't have a lot of great spots in this one, but he did turn out to be a pancake in the long run, as he got Vader splashed by Killian Dane and Adam Cole on his back. So, Lars Sullivan, I mean, give that dude props in this match. I mean, a big dude like that and throwing around him and Killian Dane throwing around poor old Ricochet.
That's fucked up.
And like I said, the match as a whole, I thought it was tremendous. Yeah, probably my favorite match of the night. And yeah, Adam Cole couldn't be better. This whole night couldn't be better. Adam Cole being the new first ever NXT North American champion.
Alright, so from there we move on to the women's match, the NXT Women's Championship match, where we had Ember Moon and we had Shayna Baszler, and basically somewhat a little bit of the same of what we've seen before, but with a different twist, where this time we had Shayna Baszler actually getting the Women's Championship this time, which is crazy. I didn't really want to see that. I wanted Ember Moon to retain and keep her title, but we'll see where things are going to go. How did you feel about that?
I thought that this match was pretty predictable. I knew Shayna Baszler was going to get the NXT Women's Championship, but it was a really good match. You got Ember Moon, who popped Shayna Baszler's shoulder out of socket. And
crazy.
Secondly, seeing Shayna Baszler pop her shoulder back into socket, I thought was pretty insane to watch.
That was creepy.
I mean, that is just a sick thing to do.
Yeah.
That is a sick-ass thing to do. But, you know, I mean, the match was good. It was, you know, kind of shorter.
Yeah.
You know, it gave it its time. Now, you know, Ember Moon can be called up to the main roster.
There you go.
Hopefully with the Iconic Duo.
Nice.
And hoping maybe the Iconic Duo ends on SmackDown and Ember Moon can go to Monday Night Raw.
Not bad.
But I got to tell you, though, my favorite part of the match was seeing my favorite band, Hailstorm, bringing down Ember Moon. I thought that scene absolutely rocked.
Yeah, that was awesome. That's what I also like about WrestleMania, that whole feel and everything. Even though it was NXT Takeover, it made it feel like WrestleMania, basically.
Kind of,
For
sort
the
of.
WrestleMania
But
weekend.
WrestleMania, I assure you tomorrow, is going to have a whole lot more bullshit involved.
Well, we'll see what's up
NXT
with those
Takeover
7
New
albums.
Orleans was to the point.
Yeah,
They got to the point.
that's what
You
they
know,
normally do.
they didn't need the filler. You know,
Not so
they didn't
much.
need a whole lot of the potatoes.
Mhm.
It
It was more
they
the
stuck to the
wrestling
meat.
show. Yeah,
They stuck to the meat.
indeed they did. Then basically from there we move on. We got the vintage triple threat match. Yep.
Triple threat.
Not only for the tag team titles, but for the Dusty Rhodes Tournament Trophy. And this one, where we had Adam Cole actually pulling double duty in this one, and with a plot twist, and where I did not expect Roderick Strong to turn right there on Pete Dunne and everything. So things are far from over between the both of those two. I'm sure of that. And in a way, I didn't get to mention this since we were trying to do the live show, but Undisputed Era basically almost having all the gold, now that I think about it.
I mean, they've got the cup. They got the Dusty Rhodes Cup.
Yep.
They've got the tag team titles. And they got the North American Championship. So, the Undisputed Era, I mean, what can you say? These are a group of guys from, like, ROH
Yeah.
and PWG and from around the world. And they are, you know, in NXT. We are gifted to have them in NXT. And for them to be pushed to the moon, I couldn't be happier. I mean, I like, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Like Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, adding him to the mix. Kind of reminds me of Nexus a little bit, but better.
Yeah, in some ways.
And the tag team match in and itself, Adam Cole, yeah, he was pulling double duty, but he got his ass powerbombed by one of the Authors of Pain. And so pretty much it was Kyle O'Reilly that was doing all, the fighting in the ring.
Yeah.
And at one point he had Pete Dunne and one of the Authors of Pain in a submission hold.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it was a great match. And then the swerve that swerved everybody, turning on Pete Dunne and putting Kyle O'Reilly on top of Pete Dunne for the 1, 2, 3. Still your NXT Tag Team Champions, the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see where things are going to go. With Roderick Strong now basically the heel turn out of nowhere, literally.
Heel turn out of nowhere?
Yep.
Hey, we could have Roderick Strong go for the United Kingdom Championship against Pete Dunne.
That could happen in another match.
That could happen.
Alright, so then from there we get into what wasn't the main event, it was the co-main event, the NXT Championship match, where we had, of course, Aleister Black and Andrade Cien Almas in this one. And with that, it was actually, I was happy with the end. I'm happy that Aleister Black is now NXT champion. Both men actually gave it their all and everything, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen next for Aleister Black. Maybe he'll face Drew McIntyre, since we saw an update from him, and that remains to be seen. So yeah, your thoughts on the co-main event that could have been the main event?
Yeah, I mean, here's, what, like I was telling you in our failure of a live stream. Personally, in my opinion, number one, it was a 2-on-1 match.
Yeah.
Selena Vega going to the hole, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but 5 times. 5 times. And it bit her in the ass. And the other part of it, number 2.
Payback is a mother.
Yep. Andrade Cien Almas. I thought he did absolutely a tremendous job commanding the match.
Yeah, he did.
Because that's what he did. That is the biggest thing that, that he was doing, was he was commanding the match and just doing a really good job. He's a gifted wrestler. He's not my cup of tea, but I give him credit where credit is due, obviously.
Yeah.
And so, what can I say? Aleister Black. Like I said, I don't really know much about him, but I do look forward to seeing what his title run brings.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is going to mean for Zelina Vega and for Andrade Cien Almas. Will Andrade, will he ask for a rematch, or will he go up to the main roster? The questions.
Yeah, maybe
So,
we'll get the answers. Who knows?
We'll have to find out, but really, I thought it was a really good match, a lot of good spots, and not much more can be said. Congratulations to Aleister Black for winning the NXT Championship.
Alright, so then from there we got the main event, the unsanctioned match, which was a fight, to say the least, between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Definitely a fight forever type of matchup, if you will. Basically seeing it all and everything else in between. The fans giving it to Tommaso Ciampa, which was actually funny as all hell to me. So I got a kick out of that.
I couldn't believe what they were saying to him.
Yeah,
I really can't.
I've heard chants like that before, but that in WWE and NXT, well, it really is WrestleMania season, to say the least. So,
oh yeah,
yeah. So, yeah, we saw basically anything and everything going on, and in the end, we had Johnny Gargano getting the win, getting to have his job back and everything, and almost in a way suckering in Tommaso Ciampa to actually have Johnny Gargano get his win and come back to NXT.
Well, that's just it. I mean, yeah, definitely congratulations to Johnny Gargano. But the one thing that I was saying in the failure once again of the live stream video.
We'll just call it a test, I guess.
Yeah. What it reminded me of, and my friend, the one V Revolticon. Sorry, dude. Almost couldn't remember your username, but it reminded me so much of the Transformers movie of the 1980s, where Megatron is telling Optimus Prime, "Have mercy on me, Optimus Prime," and Optimus Prime saying, "You are the one without mercy." That is exactly what I was mentally thinking that was going on in their heads, but Tommaso was going to sucker him in just like Megatron would have done to Optimus Prime, but this time the good guy got the upper hand and used the knee brace against Tommaso Ciampa and gave him the STF, and Tommaso, he ends up tapping out, and the good guy wins the day. Johnny Gargano, he's back on NXT where he belongs with his wife and with his wife Candice LeRae. And not much more can be said. They were celebrating in the ring. It was a beautiful thing. It was just a really tremendous story in the ring between the two of them.
Yeah, definitely.
So you know what? Like I said, in my opinion, my hat's off to all the competitors of tonight's NXT Takeover New Orleans. I give it, 10 championship belts. Okay.
Dope.
So I don't see how you could have made that show any better.
Yeah, and NXT Takeover has never really disappointed for me.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
not
this
at all.
one definitely is up there on the list. So yeah, out of the rating, I'll give it out of 5, definitely for sure. 5 championship titles. I wish I had some cool editing to put it right there, but
that'd be cool.
Yeah, you get the picture on that. So that's basically NXT Takeover New Orleans in a nutshell on the eve of WrestleMania 34. So some of us may look forward to WrestleMania, some of us not so much. But we also got other stuff to look forward to, because the NCC isn't done just yet.
No, not by a long shot.
Because we'll be back definitely for May for SmackDown Live.
Oh yeah, that is going to be an awesome day in the live video taking place.
Most likely.
And it's going to be a fun day that day.
Yeah.
May the 29th, 2018.
Yeah.
Brother David and myself, we head off to Raleigh, North Carolina, to the PNC Arena to see SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
Instead of a house show.
Yeah, it's about time that they had that.
It's about time.
And hopefully I could try the live show again. Hopefully it doesn't bomb again. Like what happened.
You got to figure out your shit.
I don't know if it's not me, it's you or somebody else. So
Yeah, because I'm here, just blame me. Blame the Boston
but
fan.
sometimes, most of the time, all the time, the blame comes back. So it is what it is. But
That's right.
that's our thoughts on NXT Takeover. What are your thoughts? And until then,
Leave a comment below and subscribe to Brother David.
yep, show your support, leave them likes, and we'll be back in the next one. See ya. Peace.